Do you ever struggle with the question of whether you're in love or you're just repeating a pattern of codependency? I'm Heather Elizabeth of AuthenticSexualYou.com, and that's what I wanted to talk about in this video today. I know I've got kind of a heavy, somber tone on, but this is kind of a heavy, somber topic for a lot of people, and I know it's something that a lot of people struggle with if we have a history of kind of losing ourselves in our relationships or being codependency, or even feeling like maybe we're a little addicted to relationships or addicted to love or seeking others' approval. It can be hard when we find ourselves in a different place, whether we've been single for a while and we're starting to get back into a relationship, or if we're in a new relationship from another relationship, or we're kind of done the serial monogamy thing where we're kind of bouncing from relationship to relationship to relationship. The question of is it love or am I just repeating old destructive patterns can come up for people. And it's a heavy question, right? Nobody really wants to think that their brand new relationship is actually not good for them. And those of us who have done a lot of work to move past habits of codependency and to kind of become our own advocates in our relationship and really work on our relationship with ourselves so that we don't, struggle with those dependency issues and kind of lose ourselves in our relationships or forget to advocate for ourselves in our relationships or stay in relationships that aren't a good fit for us because we feel like we need them. This is an important thing. And unfortunately, I don't have a great answer for you. I think if I had a great answer for you, I'd be much more chipper in this video. What I do have is a bunch of questions you can ask yourself, and I'm here to let you know that if you need someone to work through this stuff with, I'm here for you. This is what I do as a sexuality empowerment coach, help you find yourself, help you connect to yourself, help you advocate for yourself in your relationships. So first question, are you stuck in a relationship or are you staying in a relationship that isn't a great fit for you just because you don't want to not be in a relationship? So when I say not a great fit, I don't mean, you wish the person was a little bit taller or made a little bit more money or something like that. I mean, like, are you a monogamous person dating someone who's polyamorous? Are you a person who really wants a family who's dating someone that says they don't want kids? Are you an extrovert who likes lots of social time, but you're staying with someone who's a complete homebody? Those are serious mismatches in a relationship. You guys really have different priorities going on. And that might be okay. That might also be a sign that that you're in the relationship for the wrong reasons. Question 2 to ask yourself. When you think about being single, what actually happens in your body? So think about being alone. Think about being, you don't know when anyone's coming. You don't know when your partner's going to be back. You're actually going to be alone. You might be alone for a long period of time. What goes on in your body? Does your chest tighten? Does your stomach kind of knot up? Do you start feeling a little faint or feeling a little dizzy? Or is it completely fine? Are you completely okay and settled with the idea of being single? If the idea of being single freaks you out on a visceral, physical level, it might be a sign that you're in another codependent relationship instead of actually being in love. Third question for you to think about. When your partner isn't available to spend time with, what's going on for you? Do you start to cherish the alone time and kind of really like that you now have time to go see your friends or do that hobby or read that book that you were wanting to read or catch up on your Netflix or whatever? Or do you start to kind of get that sense of like, what can I do now? How can I fill those gaps? How can I make sure that I'm not alone? If you're the kind of person who isn't so excited about being alone and is just kind of looking for filler, it might be a sign that you've got some stuff to work on. The fourth question I have for you, I think, is the most important in this one. It's, are you happy? Does it matter? I think as long as you're in a good relationship, and when I say good relationship, I mean it is happy, it is healthy, it is supportive. I think the question of whether or not our codependency is being a little triggered is less important than if we're not actually in a good, healthy relationship. Patterns are really hard to break, especially if they come from a place of insecure attachment or anxious attachment or kind of that deep-seated stuff that we kind of came to adulthood with because of how we experienced relationships and connections and kind of sexuality in a broad scale in our youth. These things are hard to break, and if you wait until your life is perfect before you get in a relationship, you're going to be waiting a really, really long time, and you're going to be missing out on a lot of stuff. So I'm not here to tell you that you shouldn't be in a relationship. I'm going to try and help you be in a good relationship and maintain a good relationship. But I think the ultimate question of love versus codependency comes down to that. Are you truly healthy? Are you truly happy? Are you truly doing good for yourself? And this question, sit with it, think with it, be really, really honest. Ask yourself at least 2 or 3 times and see what answer you come up with. I hope you find something helpful in this. If you want to reach out and talk, please do. My email is heather@AuthenticSexualYou.com. I get that this is a heavy topic. It probably kicks up stuff. You're also welcome to leave comments below. And always share. There are people out there who need this kind of stuff. You probably know someone who's in a codependent relationship, so feel free to pass this on to them, and hopefully they won't get too mad at you. Anyways, I'll talk to you next week.